こんにちは、Paul です。このビデオは Sentence Diagramming についてです。このダイアグラムを作りましょう。多分難しそうです。But by the end of this video, you will be able to understand this long sentence perfectly. まずは man. A very simple way to start. One thing to notice or remember about sentence diagramming is that on any horizontal line, nouns and verbs are allowed to be there. Only nouns and verbs. So here we have the noun man, which is the subject. And this line divides subject from the rest of the sentence. So, what happened to this man? Or what did this man do? Now we need a verb. So this is quite an unusual verb phrase because it's a compound verb. We have two things, arrested and charged. Arrested means to be caught by the police. And charged would be what happens after you are arrested. You are formally accused of doing something wrong. This is a passive sentence. The man is the subject, but he is not doing the action. He is being who was arrested. The police probably are doing the action, but we don't know. It could be man was arrested by the police. But that's not mentioned anywhere in the sentence. We don't know who did the action. It's not important who did the arresting. We don't need to know. The important thing is this man, and he was arrested. You'll notice that anything that modifies the noun or verb goes on a slanted line, an angled line. So here we have a. Which man? A man. And this is capitalized because it's the first word in the sentence. A man. We don't know which man, just one out of a possible many men. One man. A man. So what was he charged with? What did the police say he did wrong? So he was charged with smuggling finches. Smuggle is to move something from one country to another country illegally. Usually it's used with like drugs. A drug smuggler will move drugs to a different country, or people smuggling. But in this case, we've got finches. A finch is just a small bird, a very small bird. So this is an unusual thing to smuggle. One interesting thing about smuggling is that it's a gerund, which means it is a verb, but it is used as a noun. This is why it's on a strange shape in the diagram. This step shape indicates a gerund. So it's acting as a noun. And it has to act as a noun because it's the object of a preposition, with. And any object of a preposition must be a noun. So this is a noun, but it's also kind of half a verb. So a verb can have an object, and the object is finches. And this is what this line is. This vertical line indicates verb and its object. Notice though that the line doesn't go below the line. This line goes below the horizontal line, which indicates subject, verb. Here we have verb, object. acting as a noun. That sounds complicated, I know, and it is the most complicated part of the whole sentence. If you can't understand that part, don't worry, keep going. It gets easier from here. So we could add more information about the smuggling and about the Finches. Allegedly smuggling. So allegedly means he is not a convicted criminal yet. He has only been caught and charged. Somebody said he did something wrong. More information about the Finches. How many Finches? Well, there were 35 Finches. And what state were the Finches in? They were live. They were not dead. Live Finches. So now we have diagrammed. A man was arrested and charged with allegedly smuggling 35 live Finches. So that's strange. How did he do it? Well, he did it by using curlers. What type of curlers? Hair curlers. I don't need hair curlers, obviously, but the round cylinder things that usually women, put in their hair to make it curly. So the birds were inside the curlers. That's how he did it. So next piece of information would be he's smuggling, so from one country to another country. Where from? From Guyana. It's a small country on the north coast of South America. We can say, why? Why would you smuggle finches for a singing contest? I did not know finch singing contests existed. But apparently they do. Apparently it's a thing. Where? In New York City. And notice that this line is connected to singing contests. The singing contests are in New York. It's not the smuggling in New York. It's the singing contest in New York. How is it going? Do you understand this part of the sentence so far? Let me know what you think. Type in the comments if you're not sure. Ask me a question. I will try to answer you. If this is useful, please press the like button. And let's continue on to this adverbial phrase at the end. So this is modifying the was part of the verb and begins with a prepositional phrase, a preposition according to, just the same as in, from, for, preposition on a diagonal line. And each prepositional phrase must have a noun on the horizontal line as its object. And in this case, it is complaint. A complaint. A complaint is when somebody says that they are not happy about something. That would be a complaint. I often hear in Japanese English people say a claimer, which is unusual for English. We would never say a claimer. We would say a complainer. The complainer makes a complaint, not a claim. A claim is a different meaning. Where was this complaint from? Well, it was from another preposition, diagonal line, the US Attorney's Office. Noun on the horizontal line. Which US Attorney's Office? Or what does this office serve? Where does it serve? For the Eastern District. Okay, that sounds like there should be some more information. Eastern District of where? Of New York. Again, preposition, horizontal line, New York, modifying Eastern District, which is modifying Attorney's Office, which is modifying Complaint, which is modifying Was. So you've got a nice chain of extra information. And now we have the complete sentence diagrammed in full. You can see how each word in the sentence works, how they are connected to each other, what job they are doing, and hopefully it makes the whole sentence a little bit clearer and easier to understand. I think sentence diagramming is a really useful way to improve your grammar and understand grammar, because you get a picture of what is actually happening in the sentence. How does every piece work? How is it related or not related to the other pieces? I will put a link in the description to some useful sentence diagramming books if you're interested. Let me know what you think about this video. Type it in the comments. If you have any questions about any other English topics, please put those in the comments as well. Give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Matane!